Championship Sunday.
Yep.
We got the Washington Commanders against the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly at 3 p.m. on Fox. And, man, I'm excited about this matchup. What I love about now during this part of the season is it's really cool to think about. There's only 4 teams in the league that are showing up to work now. And when you're one of the 4 teams that's going to work and playing, yeah, like you can kind of, you feel that we're 60 minutes away from going to the Super Bowl. We're 60 minutes away from being a Super Bowl champion. And why not us at this point, right? Once you get past that divisional, you're like, well, damn, of course we can win it. And for the Commanders, Eagles, let's start with the Commander side of it, big guy. What do the Commanders need to do to win this football game and to beat the Philadelphia Eagles?
Okay, I mean, the first thing is this week is different than the other weeks. Even last week it's different because more and more people are around you. The press is all over the place. It's just, and you know what it does? It gives you great energy. Right. I mean, your locker room's on fire. You know, they're in there listening to the coach. They're wide awake. Show me something good. You know, it's amazing. And everything they show you, oh, it's great. We're going to win.
That's right. Yeah, true.
So that energy is going to be real. And I know the Commanders did a great job in Detroit, but I think the energy from Philadelphia and their fans is going to be even greater than what they saw down in Detroit. Mm-hmm. So I think from the Commanders side, I go first and foremost to this. Their offensive line seems to be playing better as I've watched them these last 4 or 5 weeks. They got to have a really good game protecting the quarterback. And I'll just go to this. Jayden Daniels, they keep his butt in rhythm the whole game.
Right.
I mean, when in doubt, we're throw a screen. Let's throw another screen. Yeah. And damn, Matt, can they block on the screens or what? Right. They're wide receivers, man. They lock on like they're like tackles in the NFL. Gotcha. Just move wherever they move. It's really impressive. And they throw a lot of screens.
Right.
I think I watched their games against Philadelphia. I watched the game against Detroit real fast. I remember writing, wow, a lot of screens. It's great. It's not that they just throw them. They execute them. So that's one thing. They got a big running back who I think can get them tough yards when they need it. And Jayden Daniels' movement is a big deal. The play selection, which kind of talked about already, about Cliff Kingsbury and what they've done. They play situations great. There was a play in Detroit. It was 3rd, I think, and 11.
Yeah.
5 wide receivers. Every one of them ran past the first down marker. You know, it wasn't just one guy. You know, we got all these little short ones, dump it off, tackle them, kick the ball. They all went past the markers. I said, man, you don't see that very often. And you know what? 3 of them were open. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they will be this week, but they were open. So and I think the big thing is, I'm just doing this from the Commanders' way. Can they block that defensive line? That is first and foremost my biggest thing to think about when they play this game.
Right.
And whatever they learned in the 2 times they played, this is going to be better. You know what I'm saying? This Philadelphia team, they're just going to have a little more energy themselves.
Right.
And I wish I had the depth. Well, I do have it. I'm not going to look at it. It's amazing. No matter what happens to that defense, the next guy comes in and damn, they're great too. They got depth. They got talent everywhere. So that's my first thought about the Washington Commanders. Can they handle the size and talent of the Philadelphia Eagles in this game under these circumstances?
Yeah, and I think it's a great point. And, you know, the good thing is for this Commanders team is that they're a team that has beaten the Eagles, that has played them tough. And, you know, we go back to the regular season. The first time that they played them, the final score was 26-18. The Washington Commanders lost in Philadelphia. Close game, though. Went down all the way to the end. Like, they had their opportunities to win that football game. So there was ops. All right. Then they played later in the year, third to last game of the year. They won 36-33. And this is the game, too, where Jayden Daniels threw for 5 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts went out of the game with the concussion. Kenny Pickett comes in. Now, Kenny Pickett does throw the pass to Devontae Smith to essentially ice the game and to win it, but still didn't make the play. They were able to capitalize and get the win. The interesting thing about that game, too, is that Saquon Barkley did rush for 150 yards, but he did struggle in the second half of that football game.
Right.
So I'm curious to see if the Commanders will be able to do that. That's the big thing that I see for the Commanders is, can you win on the defensive line consistently and just make it difficult for the Eagles to run the football? And we'll see how healthy Jalen Hurts is with his knee ankle situation. And also too with Saquon Barkley and Kenneth Gainwell and how consistent they can be on the ground. They rushed for 211 yards there in that second meeting there at the end of the year. But yeah, I still agree though with you that I think the defense has gotten better for the Commanders. They're playing fast. They do a lot of good things. So it should be a good matchup that way. We know that the Eagles have the ability to throw it. We'll see how aggressive they are in that situation. Jalen does a great job, I think, of playing big picture and
no doubt
really just taking the chances when he needs to.
Yeah.
So that's where, if you're the Commanders, if you can jump on the Eagles early and somehow make them feel that pressure to keep up like they did to Detroit, that could be really interesting to see if they can kind of do that same exact thing that they did to the Detroit Lions again.
I have no doubt. I'll do this try to make it succinct. The Philadelphia offense, you talk about it. We know the running. I mean, it's true. Saquon Barkley, he's always one play away from an 80-yarder.
Right.
It's
awesome.
You got to be disciplined, never overplay, all those things to stop that.
Right.
Now, the Rams got into some interesting defensive fronts to allow him go twice for long touchdowns. That's another thing. But Jalen Hurts, you're right. He knows how to manage the game.
Yeah.
Give him a 3-0 lead. He'll play it to that. I mean, I give him a lot of credit there. I think as I watch all their games and watch them on, tape and all that, I go, that was a pretty easy throw over here, but he didn't want to take it. He wasn't going to take a chance. So you see that a lot, but I would suspect that the Eagles are going to come out and try to get Jalen Hurts in the game first before they get Saquon Barkley into the game.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It does. And I think that'd be a great way to approach it, because for the Commanders, you got to really say, like, all right, Armstrong, Fowler, Jean-Baptiste, Farrell, Day, Payne, like these are guys that like they gotta come up big in this football game for them. And they got to be able to weather the storm throughout the game to make sure that they are not ripping off those explosive runs. Like we kind of expect Saquon he's going to make a play. I mean, it's not
he's going to make a couple of them. Yeah.
Yeah. The key,
can't let it go for 80.
Yeah, exactly. Can't be backbreakers. Right. Yeah. And that's the key. On the back end of it. Yeah. I mean, I think Sanders still is really, it's unbelievable how much he's really impressed. I think everyone here late in the year, but Jeremy Chin, Frankie Louvu, Bobby Wagner, with Sanders still playing. Lattimore, not sure if he's 100% or playing his best football, but still, they do. I feel like have a well-rounded defense that matches up well against Philadelphia, especially to it being a divisional game and knowing your opponent extremely well. Kind of curious to see how Kellen Moore dials up a few extra wrinkles that maybe the Commanders haven't seen. And the other side of it too, I agree. I think the Jayden Daniels tempo thing will again come into effect. Push the tempo, keep the players out there, don't let them sub. And I expect them even to, like, as soon as Jalen Carter comes out of the game, all right, be aggressive. Hey, quarterback runs, like these type of things. Switch up the plays or obvious passing situations when Jalen Carter comes off the field. And that was something that in teams that I've been a part of in the past, as soon as the number one pass rusher left, all right, well, we're going to dial up this shot play now. Yeah. Now we're going to do this because he's out and we can block up the other guys with our group as a whole. So curious to see how that goes. De'Ami Brown's been phenomenal for them. Terry McLaurin, of course, is numero uno, but De'Ami Brown and Zach Ertz have done a great job of making those other plays for this passing game. But I got to tell you, big guy, I'm kind of leaning towards the Commanders in this one.
Well, you're excited about them. You want to see this. I understand.
I do.
I mean, when the playoffs started, I do believe
they can beat them. It's not like I'm
Yeah, I know.
rooting for it, or the fact that that I don't really like the Eagles all that much.
Well, too. Yeah, I got you there. The one thing about the game, and I remember they're playing Tampa Bay, Washington, and the games get ready to start. And I said, they're so it's such a great thing for them. And I see the offense, what Jayden Daniels is doing. I said,
Yeah.
man, wouldn't it be interesting if they make it to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Not that I thought this deeply that they will, but I know they're just an awful matchup for about everybody. Let me just say this. I got to put my glasses on just to make sure.
Yeah.
But your boy Dan Quinn, he deserves. Nobody's talking about him ever. He deserves a lot of credit. He knows how to coach defense. He makes it aggressive. Let's go do it. And they got the guys. They got enough guys up front to get it done. Right. But I think the fact that he went out and got Bobby Wagner, that was a big thing for the football team. And the other one was Austin Eckler. It's Austin Eckler. I mean, he's a freak. Mm-hmm. And he's high energy, rah, let's go, give me the ball. He's one of those. And so that they brought in the right guys to fill up the roster, and they're all coming through. Dorrance Armstrong, just another guy. Yeah. He might be second level, doesn't matter. He's just another good player that's helping the team. Here's what I took about Jayden Daniels. I want to say it, Matt.
Right.
And disagree if anything I say. I just kept writing notes. Compact motion, man, is he smooth? He's quick when he needs to be. He's got good power on the football when he has to. To say he's accurate, that's an understatement. There's got to be another word that's better than accurate, because, damn, he doesn't seem to ever miss. He's tough as hell. He stands in there if he has to, takes hits. And I said he slithers like he's a snake when he's running the football. He's like,
he's very smooth.
Yeah, he did, and he breaks it out, and you think, oh, he's going to, and then he turns up the sideline for 7 more. I mean, so, hey, I loved him at LSU. I said after the second week at LSU, I said, oh, my God, he's going to win the Heisman Trophy. Yeah. But I never thought he was going to adapt to the NFL and show the talent that it came out so fast, I guess, as well. And he just knows how to play the game, too, which is a really big deal.
Yeah, well, it goes back to why we liked all the quarterbacks in this past year's draft, is the fact that they just played a lot of damn ball in college. And all the guys that played a lot of ball in college, they had good rookie years. Yeah. And they did some good things, and they made progress throughout the year because of the fact that they had that experience and toughness and ability to go on top of that. And a great point that you made, Austin Eckler. I think there was a few wrinkles in that game plan where Austin Eckler motions out from the backfield, gets to the edge of the line of scrimmage, chips the defensive end, and those were those like little check down throws in the flat there where everyone else is covered on the back end, just checks it down to Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler outruns the linebacker in those situations for explosive plays. Did one early in the football game, had it throughout the game too, those mixtures of those plays. So those are the things that I kind of find interesting, because if Vic Fangio plays a lot of zone, that means that if Jayden and Cliff really coach it up the right way like they did against the Lions, they're going to have some opportunities to get some of those easy things underneath. And now it's just up to Zach Bond and Oren Burks coming up and making tackles in open space in that situation. So I think the pieces are there for them to be successful that way, especially, again, if they're pushing the tempo of the offense and how they run.
All right, here we go. Give me a prediction and a score.
My prediction, I'm going to say it's going to be, 27, 27-24, the Washington Commanders.
There you go. Oh, wow. I had a feeling you were going that way.
Yeah. Well, I said
it's
it earlier.
Amazing. In my head. Oh, you did? Okay. Well, I can never remember what I say earlier. So it's like, it's a new thing to me. But I was thinking 27-24. And you said, I went, oh, my God, we're going to pick the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Eagles.
You are? Okay.
Yeah. In fact, I won't even do that. I'll say 27-20. I think the Eagles will stop them a few times inside, ready to score, make them kick field goals. And if you can, I don't know, the Commanders, they haven't seen a play that they are fourth down that they say, well, let's go for it. Hell, we can do it.
Yeah, I mean, the only time they're not going to go for it if it's 4th and goal from the 15 or something like that.
It's got to be 4th, and you're right.
Yeah, they are. Other than that, they're going, and that's what I like too about it. And just from the mindset of it, they do it. And when you're saying, hey, this is what we're going to do, everyone at home, okay, we can question it. No doubt. I get that. But what I think Dan Quinn has done for the team, and even Coach Campbell, what he did for the Lions, and is the thought of, well, when we go for it every time, don't worry about it. Just do it. And if we come up short, it doesn't matter. We've already made the decision, we're going forward. Right. And it doesn't affect the team quite as heavily as the team that doesn't do it as often, that when we do go for it, oh, it didn't work. Damn, well, we should have taken the points. We usually take the points. So I think there is that mental aspect of it that I think Dan Quinn and Coach Campbell have really kind of cleared there for their football team. We're like, all right, we didn't get the fourth goal. It doesn't matter. Let's just keep going.
Yeah.
We were going to do it anyway, and they can't stop us. So let's just keep rolling.
Well, Washington, they have an array of plays, short, deep, all the things you want, pick, you name it. They got it in, and then they have a really mobile quarterback,
right?
Who's going to exhaust the pass before he decides to take off. So that's it's going to be fun. I hope the game turns out, and just like you are talking about, and I was talking about it, that it's exciting, close, and I don't have a great. I'm not going to really root for either team. Just I'm going to watch it and see which coach can make the right decisions, and even the players too.